Merry Christmas, boys. Did Santa Claus visit you all last night? I don't know about you guys. He left me a little present, a little something behind. So I decided to throw it on for the final Supreme 2024 drop list. Get your milk, get your cookies, gather around the Christmas tree before you take it down. Because, boys, we are breaking down everything you need to know about Supreme Week 19 of Fall Winter 24. Let's go. Of course, we had to bust out the snowmobile sweater, which is technically still for sale. DM me with offers if you guys want it. I'm literally taking it off as soon as this video finishes. Leave a like if you enjoy Supreme content. Comment down below what you are going for this week, if anything at all. And remember to use my Champ Sports affiliate code if you guys ever need to shop for new shoes, accessories, and really anything that's available on Champs. Be sure to use the SupThomas promo link down in the description. You literally just click the link. It takes you to Champ Sports. You purchase something, I get 5% commission. It helps out the channel. Consider becoming a member. We got awesome perks listed. We got live streams, sometimes 2 times a week, like this week, where I'm going live tomorrow on Boxing Day for Supreme Week 19, as well as for Friday for the Palace Carhartt drop. I really can't wait. It's going to be a blast. Yes, this is a scuffed setup, but we at least got the new laptop. We got the old microphone. It's a SupThomas video, boys. Let's lock in and take a peek at this drop list. First things first, we have some price changes. If you were with me last night on Christmas Eve, thank you for coming out. But we had our stream and talked about really a lot of things. But the biggest change in this drop list is the shot leather jacket has shot up in price. Man, no pun intended, to almost 1,300 bucks. It was sitting at an estimated $968, but now it's almost 1,300. A couple extra price changes. I think these might have slightly changed or not. I could be wrong. Everything else looks pretty similar. The ashtray, highest voted accessory, highest voted item on supremecommunity.com, postponed until further notice. That's disappointing. Fuzzy hats, I feel like got cheaper. Not positive. Gloves got more expensive. So did the face mask. And I was right. The bandana was not 24. It was 28. There you go. Now let's go through each and every item up on the list. Right here is that drop list on Supreme Community. And we're going to start, as we always do, from the bottom and go up to the top. First item up on the list, we got the MOP sweatpants. These are going to be an estimated $168, and they feature that big MOP logo on the side. Now, I admit, guys, I don't know shit about MOP, but I know I got a sick community, so I asked on my live stream last night if anyone knew much about MOP. Drop it in the comments. I said specifically for my boy No Seeds Bitch, Radster24. He said, I got you, Young G. Annie Up is the #1 song for them, essentially. When he was coming up, he used to listen to them before going on a mission with the homies, no hoes, drinking 40s, smoking that sticky icky, or that's what I heard. They lit, no biggie, but they that grunge rap. I love that comment, bro. Thank you so much for that. So this is for the people that listen to MOP, that going on missions, up to some shenanigans, and the gear is okay, right? It's not great. It's their logo. It's featured in multiple different colorways, and it's for the people that like it. I'm going to try to get through all the MOP stuff before the other items because I feel like they're all kind of the same category. I don't see any resale potential except for maybe a few. I don't even want to say a few items. Like, if you like this stuff, go for it, but it'll be hard for me to recommend it. There's that Anti-Up Supreme Edit 356, not for production. It's not bad gear, and the comfort could be solid. You got the bandana, which is fine. It's 28 bucks. Repeating logo. Hey, it's there if you guys like it. I'm definitely not going to talk shit about it. But for the last final drop of the season, you better be a big fan of this stuff, because if you buy it with intentions of reselling it, I think you might be faced with some difficulties on that selling part of your adventure. But nonetheless, it's a pretty cool design, and I hope if you like this stuff, you're able to grab it pretty easily. We'll take a brief look at all of the estimated prices right now. So we got $178 for the sweatshirt, $48 for the tee, $168 for the sweatpants, $40 for the beanie, and $28 for the bandana. That's the MOP collab out of the way. All right, the Snow White work shirt is next. I want to like this piece. I like the button-up design. I don't mind the Supreme script logo on the work shirt. I think it's actually kind of cool. But the Snow White on the back, it doesn't do anything for me at all. I am basically devoid of emotion when I look at this piece. It doesn't get me excited. I'm not a big fan of Disney movies. We were kind of talking on the stream last night. Kind of came to the conclusion, Snow White, she's a mid-Disney princess. No one likes her. Prince Charming. He doesn't need her. She's a dog. Getting better at Trump. We're working on it. We got a couple years to keep doing it. But anyway, $148 for that estimated price. Again, there if you like it. The professional beanie. Now, I love this design as like a sticker. I don't really love this design as a beanie. We've seen so many great beanies this season with various hand knit ones, kind of reminiscent of the hand tied beanie that I always refer to. We've seen North Face beanies, S logo beanies, box logo beanies, and so much more. The bar for beanies has been raised quite a bit. So when I look at this thing, I think really nothing special at all. I would give this thing a down vote, and at $40, at least it's fairly cheap for a Supreme beanie. I guess you could say that. Windstopper ear flap cam cap. One of Palace's most quintessential items. You gotta keep those ears warm, especially when it's cold outside. No shit. But this is gonna be the first of many Windstopper items available in these 3 colors. I don't mind them. The navy, black, natural, and orange. It's kind of dealer's choice. Take what you like, leave the rest. I feel like people have more or less got their ear flap hats by this point. It is almost January, but if you haven't copped it and you want this one, go for it, man. It's gonna be $60, which is way too expensive for me to recommend. I do not like this thing at all. I think it's ugly as shit. The Windstopper sweatpants, a decent item, a very utilitarian item. I don't see having any really resale on this thing. It does have a small logo right there, but the colors are nothing special. There's no special camo or colorway, pattern, anything like that. It's a Gore-Tex Windstopper sweatpants. You're buying it for its ability to keep your legs warm and to keep you dry from the rain because it is water resistant, Gore registered, Windstopper registered, trademark, don't sue us. $188 estimated price. Overalls, I will say, are one of the first garments that I would recommend copping. I think these always end up doing pretty decent. I mean, if you look back on StockX, on eBay, you look at Grailed, you look at Supreme overalls, typically they end up selling for more than they retail for. People just kind of like these things. It's a fun item. I have never purchased a pair of Supreme overalls. Maybe one day they'll make a pair for your boy that I really feel like I can't pass up, but definitely a fun piece. It's estimated to be $268, so a little bit more expensive, but I think well worth the premium for at least the ability to wear it for a few months or however long you want and sell it for what you paid for or resell it, potentially. I wouldn't recommend it though, but I say with this thing, trust your gut. If you've already resold overalls in the past, you kind of know what you're doing, then trust your gut and go for it. Next up, the zip-up hooded sweatshirt. Again, the Windstopper. It's kind of an overload of these 3 colorways of items this week, but I guess that's what you get whenever it's the last week of drops and they have to release, well, most things, right? Unless they want to delay them like the ashtray. $198 is that estimated price. Not terrible. I can't really recommend a colorway. Trust your gut, I guess, but I don't see a piece like this really reselling at all, especially after just a couple crazy weeks of streetwear. I think people are ready to save for spring summer 25. All right, boys, here we freaking go. My favorite item of the week by far, and the item that I would still recommend the rich boys in the chat go for resale if you're looking to make a quick buck. You might say, Thomas, $12.98, that's already pretty expensive. And yes, it is. But look at this thing. Quilted lambskin leather. You got metal, poly satin lining, down insulated quilted baffles. We love quilted baffles. Welt snap hand pockets. Yes. Removable faux shearling collar with snap band closure, elastic cuffs, debossed logo at front and back neck, made exclusively for Supreme. I really broke this item down on stream last night, and my point still stands. An item like this is relatively timeless. Yes, the purple plum colorway is a little bit louder than the black one, but when you look at what this jacket is, it's a chevron puffer made of leather. It's more or less immune to the major trends of items going in and out of fashion. Like, let's say you buy a pair of Jinko jeans, you bought them this year. They'll be in style for 1 to 4 years, depending on who you ask. That's typically how trends go nowadays. It used to be a little bit longer, but social media has stretched that a little thin, or made it shorter, compressed it, I should say. An item like this, I don't think that really applies. I think this thing is pretty freaking sick. It's got just awesome looking style to it. Supreme embossed logo right there on the back collar. Premium materials, shot, lasts a long time. According to one of y'all in chat who said they've had a shot leather jacket in the past, Supreme collabs with them pretty much every year. multiple times per year. We have probably, this might be the 4th shot leather jacket we've gotten from them this season, and the black one just looks absolutely cold. I'm spending more time talking about this piece because, I don't know, I think it clears the entire week by such a long shot. The only downside is it's even more expensive than it was projected to be. It was projected at $968 and now it's $1298, which is unfortunate. I still think definitely worth it and definitely worth an upvote. Next up, the Snow White short sleeve top. I can't recommend anyone buying this unless you absolutely love the Seven Dwarves, you love Snow White. If I had to say one over the other, the one with a little bit of color is quite a bit better. It's got Supreme on the back in this little old English font. It's estimated to be $98, all cotton jersey. I gave it an upvote, but I really mean to give it a downvote, and I have to please wait before voting again. I want to change my vote. Well, guys, shit. I accidentally voted for the Snow White short sleeve top. $98, way too expensive, and this website is rigged. The Terry small box sweater. I don't fully know how to feel about this thing. I want to say it might have some potential in certain colorways. It's a small box logo. It really depends on this Terry blend material, how people like it in hand. The colorways aren't too bad. I think maybe the pink in like women's sizes, like small, medium, and then this charcoal or whatever you want to call this thing, red, dark red, burgundy, I don't know, Ron Burgundy, looks pretty decent. Wool blend Terry, rust is the color of that. Okay, hell yeah. In 148, not terrible, but I wouldn't say this is like guaranteed resale like the snowmobile right here, which this thing has been harder to resell than I thought. All right, the fuzzy balaclava. This might be sleeper item of the week or an item worth going for in general. I don't really know how to feel about it. It's not my style, but fuzzy is in. And since fuzzy is in, I can assume people will be buying this. Balaclavas are in. We saw the thermal reactive balaclavas from last week absolutely do gangbuster numbers as easily the top sleeper item of the season, being a $32 balaclava selling upwards of $300 as of right now, which is bananas. If I had to pick one colorway, I think the brown one gives me some Sasquatch vibes, little teddy bear action right there. I just think brown is the way to go. After brown, I would say either olive or black, probably black, and then followed shortly by this green, and then definitely not white. Pink is maybe the wild card there, but $60. Only bad thing I can say is the Supreme on top with the tag doesn't look too great. It looks okay, but I've seen better balaclava designs for sure. Windstopper face mask is the only item that I'm considering going for. I'm probably going to end up picking up the black one just to say, hey, we finally copped something at the end of the season and some potential to get maybe a Grinch sticker or whatever, some final Supreme items before the season is up. And I'm just using this literally for skiing. When I go skiing like 1 or 2 times a year, I used to have a Supreme face mask and the Velcro straps broke, so I'm replacing it with this one right here. Estimated price, $48. Fuzzy camp cap, it's not doing it for me. I know fuzzy is in, but like chat said yesterday on stream, Palace does it better, and I agree with you. Palace absolutely does fuzzy better, and for whatever reason, these fuzzy hats, they're just not really scratching my itch, if you catch my drift. Also $54. I think it's easily passable, but if you like it, go for the brown. New Era S logo beanie. I really don't understand why this thing has so many upvotes. It seems to me like one of the most basic S logo designs of all time. Maybe people just really have low standards for this week, or are just, liking the blue. Who knows? I can't recommend this thing. If you like it, go for it. But as you can kind of tell, guys, it's a pretty midweek. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be kind of tough to get excited about this thing. That's why I talked about that damn coat for so long. 2 more items left. Well, technically only 1 item left when you think about it. It's the Windstopper zip gloves on a whopping $68, which seems really expensive when we look at the spider gloves that came out last week. I feel like those were cheaper. If you didn't know, these are the same 4 colorways you've seen over and over and over again for the core Windstopper stuff. So if you want the full fit, go for it. These gloves probably will have a little bit of resale eventually, but not a ton. I'm actually curious, before we look at the last item, what those spider ones resold for or retailed for. The spider gloves were $58 and looked different. These had an embroidered graphic. These could be used with a smartphone, and they were in better colorways. And now Supreme is dropping a Windstopper for $10 more. It doesn't make sense, guys. I would have bought gloves last week. If you're buying these, I mean, maybe they're cleaner, right? Maybe you don't like all the craziness on them, but if you're buying them for being clean, then why do they have to be Supreme? Just buy a regular pair of gloves. You see the conundrum here, but that's where we are. We love branded stuff, so I don't blame you for getting them if you like them. But $68 to me, a little high. And last but not least, apparently this is not coming out this week. Apparently it's getting delayed. What I can say for sure is, judging on the past, we never know until release. This could have a surprise drop. So really just stay tuned to the channel as well as Supreme's official social media. If they post on Instagram, it's going to come out. That's really Supreme's only official account that they release stuff on, as well as their news page on their website. But it's their Instagram and their email list, I suppose. But their Instagram seems to be faster these days. This thing may or may not come out this week. I hope it does, because people like it, and at least it's something to talk about. Hand Blown Glass by Glassmaster Alessandro Mandruzzato. Handmade in Italy. Dimensions right there. It's pretty expensive. It's used to be $268 before it says postponed. No price on Supreme Community. So this is definitely the wild card of the week. Is it postponed? Is it not? Who freaking knows? But let's close it out. So what do y'all think about Supreme Week 19? For me personally, it's definitely a mid-week to end the year on, but at least it's something. It's post-Christmas. I'm more so just excited to hang out with you guys tomorrow, chit-chat about the holiday season, review the season as a whole, of course, talk about a few things as we usually do, but it is what it is. Not every season is going to end on a banger. Not every week is going to be pure fire. But overall, I think it's just okay. It's Supreme. We'll still get excited when it's 1 minute left until drop. We'll still be looking to see what sells out, and we'll still be talking about what might have some resale potential. The more things change, the more they stay the same, boys. That's the way I look at it. Hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Don't worry, the content is not stopping anytime soon. Drop video suggestions in the comments down below what you guys want me to cover in the off weeks we have as we look forward to spring summer 25. But that's it for me now. It's been your boy Thomas, and I'm out. Peace and milk and cookies. See you guys later.